Good morning, friends. This is Reverend Margaret Hiller at Unity Myrtle Beach. It's Sunday, November 19th, 2023. We are preparing for your arrival. Our speaker today is Penny Schilling. She's a part of the Unity music team. Many of you know her in the community as the foster cat mother. She will be speaking with us today about how she stopped worrying by fostering cats. Lots of good spiritual ideas in her talk. I'll look forward to hearing it with you here at Salem Road, or you can watch at 11 a.m. on Facebook live stream. Do all you can with what you have in the place where you are, the time you have. Anybody remember that?
No.
Okay, your homework assignment is to determine who did that quote. It might have been Gandhi. That's a good one to give credit to, but I'm not sure. Look around you at the beautiful faces, the countenance of light on each face. Imagine that in the hearts and the minds of these precious ones sitting around you, that living within them is the kingdom of heaven. Amen. Living within them is the consciousness of peace. Yes. We are told that we are the light of the world. So let's do an experiment today and breathe into that divine idea and imagine that it's so and act as if it is so. Because in the acting of it being so, guess what happens? We conjure up and pull forward that light. So that's just a little clue that we'll share with you about how to be the light of the world. So I invite you to take a deep breath and listen to these words. Harriet Kofalk, her prayer in Earth Prayers from Around the World. This earth prayer this morning. So we breathe, healing breath. Awakening in a moment of peace, I give thanks to the source of all peace. As I step forth into the day, the birds sing with new voices, and I listen with new ears and give thanks. Nearby, the flower called Angel's Trumpet blows in the breeze, and I give thanks. My feet touch the grass, still wet with dew, and I give thanks, both to my Mother Earth for sustaining my steps, and to the seas cycling once again to bring forth new life. The dewdrops become jeweled with the morning sunfire, and I give thanks. You can see forever when the vision is clear. In this moment, each moment, I give thanks. So we take another deep healing breath into that idea. In this moment, in each moment, we give thanks. We give thanks every day, and as we approach this week, this Thanksgiving week, let us set intention to pause, to take deep healing breaths, and to simply breathe into gratitude. And so it is, and so we let it be. Namaste. Namaste. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Margaret Hiller. I'm privileged to be spiritual leader here with you in this incredible creative idea that we are experiencing together. Unity Myrtle Beach Spiritual Center. We've set intention that what we create here is peace, and that when we step onto the land that we feel that peace. So we want to welcome everyone today and our music team, our speaker Penny Schilling, who's going to teach us how to stop worrying. Not exactly. How I learned to stop worrying by fostering cats. And I am looking forward to hearing the spiritual ideas that come out of that. And now our music team is going to sing one of my favorite songs. So I hope you enjoy it, but it doesn't matter because it's one of my favorite songs. Day by Day from Godspell.
Everything
So we now will say together the Lord's Prayer, translated from Aramaic, which we know to be the language of Jesus, and it's on the cards around you. They might be yellow, they might be blue, they might be white. So we take a deep breath. This is a prayer that takes us deeply into our prayer consciousness. Some feel the words are encoded with energy. We read it with the awareness that these words were carefully chosen by the one we know as Jesus and translated from a language that goes so much deeper sometimes than our English. So here we go together. Father, Mother, birther, and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire that flows through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment, and untangle the knots of air that bind us as we release others. Do not let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. From age to age, through you, flow the glorious harmonies of life. May these words be fertile statements through which our future grows. Amen, amen, and amen. And for those of us who are deepening into affirmative prayer in the Thursday class, reading this now with the ideas of affirmative prayer forefront in my consciousness, this prayer is filled with the affirmation of our divine identity. How wonderful. And so now I continue with our daily words, Cynthia's favorite publication from Unity. And today's word for the day is guidance. Always good to have that. And the affirmation is, divine guidance clears and lights my way. Divine guidance clears and lights my way. I am divinely guided moment by moment, breath by breath. With certainty and assurance, I go forth to do what is mine to do, trusting all things are working for good. Even during the most trying times, through my faith, I am assured all is well, regardless of appearances, just as the sun shines after a storm. We read that every Sunday. Do not let appearances make us forgetful of the source. In times of uncertainty, I turn within, pray, and enter the silence where I can better discern the still, small voice within me. Then I relax, and I pay attention to my intuition. I listen deeply to my soul's calling. I am open and receptive to the many ways my guidance manifests. Knowing and claiming my oneness with God, I dare to reach for my dreams. With unshakable faith, I go forth expecting to receive clear guidance and direction from the Christ within me. And from the Psalms, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. So again, our affirmation, divine guidance clears and lights my way. Together, divine guidance clears and lights my way. Love that. I'm going to have to make a picture of that. Keep it close. So now we have our song by Penny Schilling, and the singers and the music team Bless the Beast.
And we have a live child.
Oh, good.
We have a live child.
Actually, the whole back row is Penny's family.
So So Callista is going to dance with this song.
Okay, so we're going to sing Bless the
Bless the
Beast,
Beast
and
and the
then
Children.
Penny will do the meditation and her message. Thank you.
Bless the beast and the children, for in this world they have no voice, they have no choice. Bless the beast and the children, for the world can never be the world they see. Light their way when the darkness surrounds them. Give them love, let it shine around them. Bless the beast and the children, and shelter from the storm. Light their way when the darkness surrounds them. Give them love, let it shine all around them. Bless the beast and the children, for in this world they have no voice. Keep them safe, keep them warm. The children, the children, the children.
It's in a good place.
I'm not as graceful as she is. So first of all, as Margaret always encourages us to do, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath from here, from your center, and close your eyes. And I want you to envision a baby. Easy for you, Isabel. Take a deep breath 3 times, and we're going to just go. Deep breath in. And one more. Keep in your mind's eye the vision of a tiny baby, holding it in your arms. The innocence, the light that shines from the eyes, the purity. As you look at her, him, see that sparkle, see that light. Listen to the cooing, to the noises, the energy, the beauty. Picture that in your mind. Take another deep breath. And now, think of your pet, your cat, sitting cuddled up in your lap, purring and rubbing against your face. Your dog is running in, so happy to see you, the light in his eyes for you, the wagging of the tail. Hold these in your center. Let that feeling that you're feeling right now, that light, that love, that energy, let it come from your core and radiate out into the world like the sun. Let's just sit in silence for a few moments. Take another deep breath and radiate love. Radiate love and light. Okay. Now we're not going to be so serious. Actually, the title of my talk today is God's Plan and Kitties, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying by Fostering Cats. So planning is very much a part of my talk today. And who am I to stand up here and tell you God's plan? What qualifies me to do that? Well, I am a planner. I've always loved calendars. Birthdays, holidays, date planners, weekly planners, monthly planners, yearly planners. I love the first day of school, looking at the events to come. Trip planning. I planned a trip through Europe down to the timing of the train. It's important to do that because you don't want to arrive somewhere and be looking for accommodations, right? So planning is very important. But sometimes I tend to overplan. I was a teenager in Southern California, not far from Disneyland. And my family, when we go to Disneyland, we're there, we open the place, and we close the place. They're pushing us down Main Street, we're the last to go. We're the first there in the morning. So that's very important to me. So when we go, I'm like, come on everybody, we have to hurry up so we can have fun. And I realized that it's in the now, that's the fun. I'm so busy trying to plan for something in the future. Don't we do that? Where when I get here, it will be like this. This will be perfect because of all of my planning. But we have to be open to the spontaneity of the moment. So, yes, I became so good at planning, I became a planner. I was an activity director for a large retirement home, 3 monthly calendars, yay. Medical charting, transportation planning. When I left that place, they hired 2 people to take my place. That's how hard I worked. And then I became a wedding planner. For 20 years, I had a wedding business on the big island of Hawaii, Beach Weddings, Hawaii. And you know, a lot of details go into planning a wedding. I don't plan them now, I still do weddings, but I just show up, so I don't have to be the planner, and that's part of my plan. When you plan, and when you have stressful activities such as a wedding, it's important to prepare for what could go wrong so that you can back it up. Rain, hurricanes, tsunamis, we did have tsunamis. Consider the worst of the possibilities and endeavor to eliminate them. I think I come by this somewhat genetically because my father was a rocket scientist. That was his job and it became his MO, looking for what was wrong in order to fix it. And when you do, and that's important when you're sending people into space, right? So when it puts you in the consciousness of seeking what could go wrong. This tends to make one worry, right? It's worrisome.
Yes.
So planning added to my worrisome nature. Don't laugh, my son. Worry is a lack of faith, a need to control, and that comes from fears. And when you feed them, they will grow. I learned quite early that if something needed to be done, I was the one to do it. I'm reliable and responsible, and so I attracted a husband who proved this to be true. I was the one who did everything, and I mean everything. I was the husband and the wife for 20 years. Did I mention I'm an enabler? So I came very close to having a breakdown, but then I was saved, and I'll get into that later. One can only do so much by oneself, right? This places a lot of pressure on us, but we put that pressure on ourselves. It carries a sense of responsibility that is scary and often overwhelming when one believes that they are the only recourse. If there's something to be done, I'm the one to do it. And I come from a family of high achievers, which, like myself, tend to be ADHD and highly intelligent. I may be blonde, but I'm far from dumb. I have an active, very creative mind and can imagine the worst scenario in infinite ways. Parents of young children, you know what I'm saying. And it is important to safeguard. I mean, you have to think ahead. You have a toddler, you've got to put a rail there so they don't fall down the stairs. That's very important. Prevention, making it safe. There's sometimes when planning is, that's essential. And then they borrow the car. A whole new worry. 2 a.m., call the hospitals. I had an AWOL alcoholic husband at 2 a.m. Where is he? Call the hospitals. Immediately. Why do we do that? Something is missing. I lose my wallet. Already someone's charging up my card. Multitudes of dollars. I tend to slip right into that negative, of the worst possibility. But sometimes when you do that, then you go, well, that's the worst that can happen. I can handle that. So then I go to the other extreme. And I'm dramatic. Pause for laughter from my family. There they did. And I have a degree to prove it. I am a drama major, music minor, San Diego State. So I am a certified drama queen. I can think at 360 around any situation, and take it to the fullest extreme. And it works both ways, because I'm an incredible optimist. We're playing golf. I can't find my ball. Of course, it's in the hole. Did you check? I gave my first Academy Award speech at the age of 5. Thanking my family, my producer, my co-stars. I can imagine some incredibly amazing outcomes. I'm either Pollyanna or Eeyore. Mostly Pollyanna. I can find something good in anything or anyone. But I have this infinitely expanding creative mind, and it's hard to surprise me. But my greatest joys were those unexpected, serendipitous occurrences, something I couldn't foresee. And that was when I met my second husband, Bruno. I could tell you a lot about this, but we don't have the time, and I wrote a book about it. So I'm working on getting that published right now. But when I met him, I was working at a retirement home, working extremely, extremely hard. I never had a vacation, but part of my professional enhancement was going to a convention. A paid 3-day workshop at a hotel, meals provided in a hotel. This was like a vacation for me. So I had no idea when I went to that convention that I would meet the love of my life. It changed my world in a way I could never have seen. I believe there are forces out there, God, the universe, our higher selves, that do have a plan for us. But when we plan for our future here, we don't allow for the experiences that might help us make a better decision when we arrive there. How can we plan for there when we are here? We change with every breath. What experiences or understandings learned in the process of getting there prepare us to make a better choice when we actually arrive there? How can we know what will be? It's all a process of learning, developing, growing, and evolving, and faith. The point of creation is now. When you analyze now, the point of creation is already moved on. That is the new now, an infinite series of now. We as third-dimensional beings can only see so much. We have limited vision and understanding. There is something greater, a power we can tap into that's infinite. It's a part of us. We are all connected to that divine force. But we must be open to it and believe. And worry closes our mind, trapping us in our fears. So how did I stop worrying? Well, it took being a foster cat mom to manifest this in me. And it all started with a bird. Back in the days when I only had 2 cats, life was so much simpler then. One of them brought in a fledgling blue jay. It seemed okay, but it couldn't fly. I named him Jenny Jack because I didn't know until later that he was just Jack. And I hand-fed him every half an hour for several days and nights. Wild Bird Rescue said he wouldn't make it. But that was not my plan. He imprinted himself to me, and I loved him. He would perch on my shoulder, sit on my finger, nuzzle in my hair, and hop around after me. I kept him in a cat carrier. But optimist that I was, I ordered a large bird cage. Of course, he was going to be this beautiful blue jay who would learn to fly and follow me around like Snow White. I had the entire vision mapped out in my head. He never did fly. But he and God had another plan. After 8 days, he just stopped eating, and it hit me really hard. I still have the cage, and that's proof of Pollyanna, right? Still there. But his passing provided me the path to my realizations. Thus began Plan 2. Shortly after that, I got a call that someone needed a foster for a mother and 3 kittens in a bad situation. I thought if I would have been willing to raise a wild bird, I can handle this. I had the room, the time, and the means, and so it began. I put them on Pet Finder and Facebook, and bing! Right away, I got a taker for 2 of them. I thought, easy peasy, this is so easy. But it fell through. Not a part of my plan. Time went by, and I woke up in a panic. 3 in the morning. Oh my God, I'm gonna have 6 cats forever. Dad. Anyway, yeah, that's right. And you know what? Now I have 12. I was up to 13 at one point. So I'm in my 2nd year of A Course of Miracles. A miracle is a shift in perception from fear to love. It all comes down to fear or love. Greed, hatred, anger, you know the list. It's really just the absence of love. So I sat up at 3 a.m. in a panic. And then I remembered my lesson, and I looked at these little darling fluff balls, and I said to myself, and I do talk out loud to myself, well, they're here now. I might as well enjoy them. A shift in perception. In changing my attitude, I allowed for a miracle. But I needed to be patient. There was a greater plan out there, and I just had to believe it was there. I used to sing to them, there's a place for you, somewhere a place for you, warm and cozy with hands that care, waiting there somewhere. And there was. As soon as I released my fears, those kittens were all adopted. And then came more. 14 cats I've happily homed in 1 year with 3 more pending. I'll spare you the details of all of the cats, but I'm going to talk about Bam Bam. He was appropriately named. I got him in about 7 months with his sister Pebbles, and he was a terror. I have crystals all over my house, little knickknacks. No more. They're broken or moved to safety. So what I'm getting at with Bam Bam was this. Well, I was in Peru. My house sister said Bam Bam was getting sick. And by the time I came home, he was very sick. He had FIP, feline immunodeficiency peritonitis, 98% fatal. Pollyanna was not going to take that. Of course he was going to be healed. And we have a huge network of cat people who came, gave him shots every day. We put him in an oxygen tent. And I learned from a shaman in Peru, and you will know that. He said, I have a powerful healer, and I have healing hands. Whoa, I have never in my life thought of myself as a healer. So I come back from this trip, I've got this cat, this challenge that God sent to me. I went, here we go, God, let this power come through me. But he died. So that was not in my plan either. But this is my first epiphany, to release to a higher power and trust, to be in the moment, to not worry about the future, to just exist in the moment. So the second one came with Maverick and Goose. We loved these boys. Fate, friend, and Facebook brought them to Boston. The adopters were looking at how to get them there. A private transport would have been $1,009, and I said, okay, I'll do it for that. I'll drive them up there. I'll stop and see my family and friends on the way. So I asked my network of cat people, do you have a crate that I can take them up with? Better than that, I get a text or a message back from them speaking, saying there was a transport going to Massachusetts in about a week. If I could get them there, if I could get them to Columbia, they would be taken all the way to Boston. It was a miracle really, a surprise. It was a long trip, and they were crated and sealed. Yes, they had food and water, but they were going to be in this crate for 36 hours. As I was driving them up, I had the crate right behind me, and Goose sat up like this on his hind legs, looking at me. He didn't sit down once for that whole 3-hour trip, looking at me with these pathetic, pleading eyes. It absolutely broke my heart, knowing that they were going to be in this crate for 36 hours. How could I tell them that this was all just a journey to a beautiful place? I could try to talk to them and reassure them with my voice, but how could I make them understand there was a magnificent plan in order of which they were unaware? They couldn't understand me. Then it hit me, and this was major. It honestly was major. We're all on a journey. Life is a journey. God speaks to us in a language we cannot possibly understand. We are like those kitties in a cage, unable to comprehend the map the universe has laid out for us. The Almighty is infinite wisdom and possibilities. We don't know what we don't know. With faith and trust, we can allow it to unfold rather than fighting to get what we want, what we think we want. What we want is not always for our best, and really often not. Those little everyday miracles that seem to come from nowhere exist at every moment. We have to free ourselves from our limited thinking and fears in order to see them, which was just what I've tried to do now with my life. After 2 years of A Course in Miracles and a house full of cats, I finally learned to do that. Not to say I haven't had my downfalls. I woke up in a panic again. 13 cats. What am I going to do? No one will ever take them. I'm going to have them forever. They're always going to be here, and it's so expensive. What am I going to do? There's all the medicine. And then I took a deep breath and went, God, they're adorable. 7 little fluff balls destroying my house. Isn't it wonderful? So I like this song we're going to do at the end. I let my worries go down the river. After it's uncanny. After I had that realization, from panic to faith, an hour later I got a phone call or a text for an adoption. As soon as I let it go, it comes to me. That's when I try to make things happen, you push it away, right? So I told God, I can't be aware of all the people out there, but you are. I want them to find the right homes, not just the first homes, the best ones. Like those cats in a crate, we put ourselves in a cage of our own fears. We don't know where we're going. Our own thoughts are the greatest danger to us. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. And therein lies the peace of God. What is real? The material world is an illusion. The energy that is us is eternal. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It simply changes form. Love is eternal. Light outshines the darkness. We are all one. Our souls are safe in God, all that is. In giving, one receives. That's a law of the universe. At times when I doubt myself, thinking, what am I doing? I could be doing so much more to help the world than by rescuing, fostering, neutering, and releasing cats. I mean, I was going to change the world. Didn't you feel that way too? Do you feel like you're here with a great purpose to make the world better? So how can that do that? How can that have any effect on this massive existence we call life? Well, every action we do has an effect which ripples across the universe. And it has taken these cats into the lives and families of others. The families who have adopted them are just as blessed as those cats have been. So it's a bittersweet day when they're adopted, and it breaks my heart every time they go. That's another lesson. Now is all there is. We can't hold on to anything forever. There is only now, this too shall pass. Living and loving in the moment is all there is, for who knows what tomorrow will bring. So in this month of celebrating gratitude, I'm more than grateful for the lessons I learned from the kittens in my care. How do they express their gratitude? By their love, their existence, by their trust, their innocence. We who can must help the innocent. Animals, children, huddled masses yearning to breathe free, anyone in need. No matter how small the act, the reward is greater. It's in the giving. It's in the giving that we receive. So, in summary, one short story. During the depths of my despair, and the recent passing of my brother. As most of you may know, my brother perished in the fires of Lahaina, and he was missing for weeks. It was a very dark time for me. I received a call to take in 3 little ones who needed medicine and daily supplemental feedings, worming, defleeing, nurturing. My mind was in a fog. I really had trouble functioning. And I said, okay. And they went, wait, there's another one. 4 little kittens came into my life. And my first reaction was, go, I can't do this. But I did. And I'm most grateful. Tending to them pulled me out of a depression, and it motivated me. And I became the one most grateful. I saved them, and they saved me. So, in conclusion, I ask you, what is God's plan? What is God's plan? I don't know. Isn't it wonderful?
Are there kittens outside in the van?
I almost brought him. I'm bottle feeding 3 right now.
So, Penny, that was a wonderful message. Let's give her another applause. We never know what's going to open our hearts. We never know how Spirit's going to get hold of us and give us exactly what we need in every moment. If we're paying attention, just like Penny said, those miracles are always around us. The opportunities for deepening and understanding our lives in the world and what our calling is, what we're to do, it's always around us. And sometimes we have eyes to see and ears to hear. What a wonderful blessing. So before we have our next song, Down the River, we get to participate in the giving that Penny was talking about. The giving of our green energy, tithes, donations, offerings for the ongoing good work of this Unity Myrtle Beach, this spiritual center. So I invite you to take a breath of gratitude. You know, this is the month when we will be getting lots of mailings from many organizations. I'm just going to wait until somebody gets that. Okay. So this is the month where we get lots of mailings, right, for opportunities to do our charitable giving. Am I right?
Yes. Right.
And we get to decide what are the organizations that we are called to support or continue to support. There's so much good work going on in the world. There's so many good organizations, people wanting to make a difference and help to create a world that works for all. So we hope that by your presence here that this is one of those organizations that you want to continue to support. And the ways that you can do that, of course, is with your green energy, is with your thoughts, your good feelings and energy towards this organization. When you think of us, hold us in prayer. When you want to participate, come and help us out. We have lots of volunteer opportunities, and we pray, our board, your Unity Board of Directors, always prays to have the wisdom and the creative mind to know how to use the green energy that comes in. We have many wonderful things ahead of us, including building our new sanctuary. And we give thanks for your participation. So we bless all the offerings coming in. We bless all the givers and all those who will be receiving the good that they give out into the world. So thank you, offering receivers. And now our song, Down the River.
This is my therapy song.
Down
I love it. We do get a little country gospel around here sometimes. Yes, we do. That's okay with me.
Me too.
So we continue to give thanks for all the ways our good comes to us here and in our lives. We give thanks that all is well. All is well, all is well. And we call forth blessings and discernment in all of our planning here and all of our future plans. And most importantly, we give thanks for this now moment. We are grateful to be in this place, in this moment, receiving our good. And so it is, and so we let it be. Namaste.
Namaste.
All righty, y'all. We want to say welcome to everybody, especially the back row. That's Penny's family back there. Sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, grandchildren. Callista, thank you for the beautiful liturgical dance that you did. Thank you. We want to welcome everyone. Are there any other first-time visitors here with us today? Yes, ma'am.
Hiding over here.
What?
I said I'm hiding over
Okay,
here.
your name and where you're visiting from?
I live in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, you can still come.
I've lived in Unity in New York for many years. I lived on Long Island.
Okay, with Eric Butterworth?
I missed it.
Oh, yes.
Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes.
I would never have guessed you were from New York. And your name?
Maggie Rice.
Maggie Rice from New York. Please come back and visit with us again. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. First time, where you're visiting from?
Oh, I'm visiting from Myrtle Beach. I'm heading to massage therapist.
All right. Okay. Penny's massage therapist, her car.
And she's amazing. She's a miracle worker. Talk about miracles.
Okay, so anybody else? And your name, please?
Christine.
Christine. Welcome. Anybody else?
Yes.
Jenny. Over here.
Yes, Jenny.
Yes, it's my first time coming to service.
First time.
Welcome.
And you live here?
I do.
Yes. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. I love
My sister,
it.
sort
And
of.
cat sitter too.
That's it as well.
Okay, so we hope you all feel welcome. Was there somebody else?
There's another newcomer I want to hear about on the back row. Sit beside Kyle.
Name and
Hi, my name is Hallie Christine. She's of Halle Berry. Thank God she's famous. And I live in Myrtle Beach, where I'm from all over.
and from all over. A lot of us here are from all over. We decided to come here. Okay, y'all, the prayer box is on this table over here. You're welcome to put in your prayer request. It goes to our prayer team and then to Silent Unity. Tuesday evening metaphysics is happening with Reverend Marilyn Maddox. They're still doing the book You Are the Placebo. The Wednesday book group here, Unity's 5 Principles, will be happening here in the pavilion, our Wednesday book group, 12 to 1:30. And Shirley Shear will be facilitating this Wednesday. There will be no Thursday prayer class because of Thanksgiving. We'll meet back on Thursday, November 30th. Next Sunday is November 26th. I'll be your speaker, and the topic, Your Divine Identity. And want to remind you, you may have seen them, the Unity Advent booklets are out. Charlene ordered plenty. You're welcome to take one. Advent starts December 3rd, Sunday, December 3rd. So you can follow along. There's lots of beautiful readings in this. Many of the Unity ministers that you know and love have contributed to the booklet. Every year, Charlene and I look at each other. It's like Easter just passed, and we go, and now it's Christmas? We just had Easter. So, yes, it is upon us, Advent. So get your booklet. They're out all around you. Today, this afternoon, from 3 to 5:30, our neighbor, the Unitarian Universalist Church, right up the highway on 707, they will be hosting the Transgender Day of Remembrance, the memorial that they do every year to read the names of those worldwide who have lost their lives to hate crimes. And so if you feel you want to attend that, it's 7185 Highway 707. Reverend Marilyn Maddox will be there speaking briefly along with other people of faith from many faith paths. So again, that's 3 to 5:30 today at the UU Church on 707. And mark your calendars, plan ahead. First Sunday of December, December 3rd, you know that's our potluck Sunday, first Sunday of the month. And I was scheduled to speak, but I got a phone call from someone who I thought might be fun to have as our Sunday speaker, and that's Marianne Williamson. So she will be here on December 3rd. Now you remember she was here at our church, the old building, in 2019, and she spoke on her book, A Politics of Love.
I bought it.
And she will be here again with that same topic, though updated, A Politics of Love. She will be our Sunday speaker December 3rd. And then after service, we're still figuring it out. We'll either do a quick Q&A right after, we'll build in time for that, and then go to potluck, or we'll do potluck and then come back for Q&A. They're figuring that out with the schedule. As you can imagine, we'll need some extra hands on deck that day to help prepare, and even the few days leading up to that, we'll need extra help managing parking, and go ahead and plan putting extra beans in the pot for your potluck contribution because company's coming and we'll want to have plenty of food. So that's December 3rd. Yes?
Can I tell everybody who doesn't know who she is a little bit about her?
Anybody not know who Marianne Williamson is? Okay, Marianne Williamson is what I would describe as a New Thought writer. She started her career many years ago with A Course in Miracles. She was one of the ones who helped get A Course in Miracles out into the world, into our consciousness in New York City, particularly in the early 80s working with the AIDS community. She at one time was spiritual leader of Unity of Warren, Michigan, and she's been a writer and author with many successful books, including A Politics of Love. In the last presidential election, she put her name in the hat. She was up on the debate stage with the Democrats, and she is, in fact, she also has her hat again in this upcoming presidential election. Now, people have asked me, what do you think about that? And here's what I think about it. I think she is keeping in the conversation, the political conversation, the idea that we can be civil, sane, and loving towards one another for our love of our country and going forward as a human species with a consciousness of kindness.
Yeah.
So that's why I said yes to her request that she come back to this community, and I give thanks.
Amen.
Woo! So we are going to close with our updated unity prayer.
Margaret, one more thing.
Yes.
Tell about the persimmons.
Persimmons.
Tell about the persimmons.
Oh, aren't we invited to take them home?
Oh yes, take a persimmon if you like.
They're delicious.
Okay, for Marianne Williams, 2 persimmons, that's okay. So, take a persimmon. Carol DeLude and Ken Adson have been bringing those in from their tree. Yesterday, I made my persimmon puree for the upcoming persimmon bread and cookies. Our freezer is full of persimmon puree. So take some home. Okay, is that it? That's good? We're good? Okay, so we're going to do the updated prayer of unity. It's written on your prayer cards. It's inspired by James Dillett Freeman. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the presence of love enfolds us, the power of peace protects us, and the one presence that lives within all creation enlivens us. Wherever we are, love is, peace is, light is, God is, and all is well.
Lord, let there be